cellos. Today we're going to work on learning how to play a 1-octave C-sharp minor scale on the cello. And if you are learning the fingerings out of the Habits of a Successful Middle-Level String Musician book, there is a 1-octave fingering for this one. And I would recommend that you go ahead and go with the 2-octave fingering and learn either octave, either the low octave or the high octave. I don't think that the fingering in the 1-octave version as printed simplifies it enough to justify having to then learn a different fingering later. So I'd rather have you just start off with the authentic fingering, and then you won't have to learn a new fingering when you move on to the 2-octave scale. Before we get started, let's go ahead and review the key signature for C-sharp minor. This is the same key signature as E major. And so you're going to have 4 sharps in the key signature: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. And then as always with minor scales, we raise 2 notes ascending, and those notes are A sharp and B sharp. They become A sharp and B sharp when you're going up the scale, and then they become B natural and A natural when you're descending the scale. So B sharp, interestingly, is a white key on the piano. So we don't think of that pitch as being labeled B sharp. However, in the key of C sharp minor, you would need to label it B sharp because you're already using the alphabet letter C for the C sharp. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start in half position on the C string. We're going to play C sharp, D sharp, 3rd finger, E is 4th finger. That's just a half step. Then shift to F sharp, extend for G sharp, and then A sharp is 4th finger. Now shift. That is B sharp, and then C sharp is 2nd finger. Now when you do that shift to the B sharp, you can compare that with your open C string because it is actually the same note. C natural and B sharp are the same note. So leading tone is B sharp, and then we've got C sharp with the 2nd finger. Okay, so if that is all the higher you're going, you'll go ahead and go back down then, and you'll extend this time. Then we go 4th finger, A natural, not A sharp, and then we have 3rd finger on G sharp, 1st finger F sharp, 4th finger on E, and then D sharp, and 1st. So all together that looks like this. Good. Let's go ahead and start where we left off at the top of the scale. We were on 2nd finger for C sharp. So go ahead and find that with your 2nd finger. And the easiest way to find that if you're starting here is to play 1st finger on B sharp, which is the same as C natural. Match that to your C string, and then your 2nd finger should be in tune on C sharp. Okay, so that's the first note of the scale. We'll go then 4th finger D sharp. So C sharp, D sharp, and then half step. So we're going back to 1st position with an extension E. F sharp is 2nd finger extended. G sharp, 4th finger. Now half position. That's A sharp, then 3rd finger for B sharp, and then 4th finger for C sharp. Then going down, now we have 2nd finger for B natural. Here you can use open A. Extend for G sharp, F sharp, E. Now shift up. That is a D sharp, and there's your C sharp. So let's go ahead and look at that all together. So both octaves of the scale are a bit tricky. So I would say if you're new to C sharp major, choose one of those 2 octaves. I think the higher octave is a little bit easier than the lower octave, and then just practice it slow. Really focus on learning what the scale sounds like and getting the fingering accurate. Let's try both octaves with a beat. We'll start with the low version. 2 beats per note. 1, 2, 3, 4. go ahead and try the high octave. So find your C sharp with the second finger. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And if you wanted to do it together with a turnaround at the top and the bottom, it would look like